Hi everyone, I'm Jasmine. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're able to join me today. If you're new, what this channel is about is you'll find that I like to talk psychology. I'm currently a registered provisional psychologist at my place of work. And on this channel, I like to, sorry, this is Australia, so there's a mosquito. I like to psychoanalyze phenomena relevant to our everyday lives, including psychoanalyzing famous people or exploring how social media is negatively impacting our standards of beauty, for example, and a whole bunch of other stuff too. But I always tie it back to you and how you can use the information to apply it to your own life in a positive way. Mental health tips can really benefit your life as well as be fun and interesting. So please subscribe if this is important to you. So today I am going to talk about whether OnlyFans can cause psychological harm or distress. If you are considering opening an account, if your friend is, please watch this video first. I'm going to tell you straight away, in my opinion, starting an OnlyFans account will be, at the very best, distressing and a time-consuming effort with very little financial benefit. And at worst, could be a gateway to working in the porn or sex industry, diminish your self-esteem and self-worth, and probably means that there will now be naked or semi-naked pictures or videos of you on the internet forever, causing psychological stresses and potentially long-term psychological harm and or distress. So with OnlyFans, there are so many dangers here. For parents who are unaware that their teens are idolizing porn stars, for young girls and women who aspire to become OnlyFans stars because they might be following their accounts on Instagram or on TikTok and are then exposed to an industry they probably never would have considered if it weren't for social media. So these accounts are probably acting as gateways to the porn industry, of which you may never turn back from once you start that path. And lastly, there is danger even for males. Males who might objectify women in real life through repeat exposure of seeing them in this sexualized manner that's prevalent through OnlyFans. So now all of these dangers today I'm going to address, and in doing so, hopefully reach out to the young women who are starting to idolize these OnlyFans stars through social media. It may have started out as this cool Instagram account, which you may have followed. Then through their cross promotion, you were exposed to OnlyFans. Now, these girls can have over 1 million followers on their social media accounts. So girls, young women, they're following them. They see their lavish lifestyles, and I mean lavish. They are not modest in their spending habits. These young girls may then want to find out, like, how are they so rich? And pretty soon they will figure it out and they will find their OnlyFans account, their means of income, and find out how they're making all this money. The problem then becomes that the OnlyFans stars are both normalizing working in the adult industry and through flaunting their crazy wealth, and it is crazy, obscene wealth, they are indirectly promoting this as a career choice for women. And some are actually very specifically promoting this career choice and giving guides on how to create an OnlyFans account, how to get more followers, giving their tips and tricks on how to excel within this industry. First, I want to address that convenient argument that some people have of female empowerment, of feminism. But please, that is such a limited way of thinking, that the only way we can be powerful as women is through a male-created platform that is designed to appeal to men. Trust me, if a man is looking at naked pictures of you or semi-naked pictures and they're getting aroused or they're viewing it in a favorable sort of a way, then they're the ones holding the power in this scenario, not you, which is the opposite of feminism. If this topic in particular is of interest, I'd recommend you check out my WAP video. It's an analysis I did where I explain how that video was not really an empowering feminist video at all. Anyway, re OnlyFans, you'll find the stars usually look the same. Here is an example from one of the most popular OnlyFans accounts on the internet. So you can see they generally have a certain look. They're very made up. They have long hair, fake lips, acrylic nails, plastic surgery to achieve those proportions in their body. Some do have natural bodies though, but again, it's usually that exaggerated hourglass figure that like 1% of the female population can achieve naturally, but that men are finding increasingly attractive. But it just sucks for all the other females out there who don't have that body type or that face. It can lead to low self-esteem through comparison and body image issues, which are both associated with eating disorders and body dysmorphic disorder. These OnlyFans stars are so influential though, that is the problem. Obviously, that's why they're called influencers. But it is one thing to influence us to buy some unnecessary product with your 15% off discount code. But it's quite another when you're influencing a generation to make a living from porn. People might think I'm being hyperbolic with that statement, but these OnlyFans stars have literally over 1 million people following them. Plus, any stories about them regularly appear in the media. I can recall one article recently with an OnlyFans star bragging about how she earns like $500,000 a month and she just bought a luxury car worth several $100,000 and she was able to pay cash for it. Their outfits make the news, so do their cosmetic surgeries and procedures. You can't really escape OnlyFans right now. And they are influencers and they are influential. I actually follow one of them. I won't promote her further by naming her here on this platform, but she's just a really likable girl. Her life seems so exciting. She doesn't have a boring office job. She eats out like for every single meal and goes shopping and spends bucket loads of money constantly. Like more than what most people would earn in a month. She'll spend that in a day. Day after day after day. Serious money. And she's so young. She's like 18 or something. TikTok account, which hit over 1 million followers, but then TikTok took it down. Possibly for reasons I have just mentioned in this video so far. She's just a really cool, likable, like-hearted, funny girl. Now, despite my knowledge of psychology and awareness, and also despite my age, I am not immune to being influenced and influenced by her. We are all capable of being influenced by others. Just some of us are more easily influenced and some of us are less influenced. Some things influence us more, some things influence us less, or even deter us. Now, after watching her daily TikTok videos, I found myself wanting to eat where she was eating and even wear some of the clothes that she wears too. And that was me. Now, for a young girl in their adolescence, psychological scientific research suggests that you are still developing your sense of identity, which will strengthen as you get older. This is why you often see adolescents with groups of friends who are all quite similar. A reason for this might be that your sense of identity can be strengthened through spending time with people who are like you. You see yourself is reflected within your friends, because this provides an affirmation and this works to strengthen your sense of self. Now, if you're younger and you're still working out like what you want to be in life, what's important to you, what your values are, seeing girls who share similar characteristics such as age, location, and access to the same technologies, like you both have phones and social media accounts, you may start to think, I can be just like her. I want to be just like her. I want to be able to spend thousands of dollars and not have to work. Wouldn't that be great? Like, seriously, wouldn't that be great? And I'd love to be rich and popular and make money off these means. So another attribute often shared amongst adolescents is lower impulse control compared to when you are older. So you may be more inclined to think, I want to do this something, and then you act immediately without giving it too much thought or consideration. Adolescents can be more impulsive, so you can really start to see how there are just so many components at work contributing to an increased likelihood of the adolescent being influenced by influencers. I would go as far as speculating that they don't really stand much of a chance of not being tempted by these influencers and what they're selling. And this influence can represent as lowering their self-esteem, self-worth, and influencing what they value in life to just simply money, appearances, and popularity on social media. So it's a really negative influence. If you're more likely to act without consideration or reason, so if you do give in to your impulses, you may not actually evaluate the decision to start an OnlyFans account. You may not actually reasonably consider, what is the likelihood of this generating income? From an outside perspective, we can see that only a very small percentage of people will generate enough money from OnlyFans to sustain a living. And an even smaller percentage of people will be earning the hundreds of thousands of dollars a month or a week probably that we see on the media. So we also consider things like the real world negative repercussions of being a worker within the adult industry. A younger and potentially more naive person may not yet have acquired that kind of knowledge that only comes through life experience. Yes, I'd like to think the adage is true, as we get older, we get wiser, which is why we often so frequently consult a person who is older and wiser for our life decisions. But what are the chances of an adolescent consulting an elder about starting an OnlyFans account? Mum, I can make serious money if I just put naked pictures of myself on the internet. What do you think? Like, do you really think that conversation's actually going to happen? Probably won't. The adolescent, more than likely, will keep the behaviour a secret. They're probably not going to talk to their parents for advice on setting up an OnlyFans account, because they know what the parents will probably say and they're not going to approve, which again is working against them being able to consult with others and properly evaluate if this is a good strategic decision, the way one might do when deciding on which university degree to pick. I hope I am showing you here how all these factors are working together to contribute to an increased likelihood of an adolescent starting an OnlyFans account. It is a very risky situation, compounded by the fact that the characteristics that are typical of your usual adolescent makes them vulnerable and more susceptible to this risk. Then combine this with their environment, which is constant access and exposure to social media. It's worrying. It's all very worrying. Now, let's just say it's happened. The OnlyFans account is open. You've taken some nude or semi-nude pictures and they're out there now and you've got no control over that. Those images are public. You can't undo this. You do not know the consequences and you cannot control what is going to happen with those images. Psychological research on human behaviour suggests that once we engage in one behaviour, we are more inclined to engage in a similar behaviour. You may be familiar with the argument that marijuana is a gateway drug to other substances. Although there are many contributing factors and further studies are required to better understand this argument, current studies do indicate that marijuana use impacts alcohol consumption. So this is what I mean engage in one behaviour, more inclined to engage in another. Start exercising, you're probably more inclined to play a sport. Have a Facebook account, more inclined to have an IG account. Care about mental health, more inclined to subscribe to my channel. So now apply this to OnlyFans. Start an OnlyFans, post some semi-nudes, get rewarded through likes or a little bit of money. However OnlyFans works, I don't know how they get paid. Then what next? What next after this behavior is rewarded and positively affirmed? And then what next after that? So, not based on scientific evidence, but on my own personal beliefs and thoughts, I think that an adolescent or anyone really engaging on OnlyFans is more than likely to end up, one, paying and subscribing to other people's accounts. The rich will get richer. Two, you will have put your images or your nude images on the video, or videos on the internet, sorry. Three, you're now engaged in secretive behaviour. Four, you're more likely to experience career dissatisfaction in the future because they'll be frustrated that they have to work an office job, earning in a year what they could have made within a month on OnlyFans. And five, going to have low self-esteem, attributing through their lack of success to the belief that they were not pretty enough, not sexy enough, not good enough. They'll just have these incorrect beliefs about themselves because their OnlyFans didn't succeed. Maybe they'll consider plastic surgery. And lastly, they're going to think that appearances and looks and money are everything. And that's the only way you can value a person, but it's not true. I never tell people what to do, what decisions to make. We learn the adverse consequences of this in our psychology degrees. But today, I really ask of you, if you know of someone wanting to start OnlyFans, please ask them to watch this video first. If you are considering OnlyFans, I just want you to know you are such a valuable human being, exactly as you are right now, with what you have achieved at this present point in time. It's enough. You are enough. Anyway, that's it from me for today. Share your comments below. I'm not sure if everyone agrees with my opinion on OnlyFans. I would love to know what you think. Also, I offer online support, so the link is in the bio, and please subscribe. I release these videos every week, mental health tips from me to you. Thanks everyone.